Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again. It is Saturday, finally weekend. We're gonna do another of our homework workouts. It is March 21 and the workout we have for you today is a 10-minute AMRAP of kickbacks. Where can you find all these awesome homework workouts that we release daily per email? If you look with me here, we have our app, UnScared CrossFit. You go to WOD and you have the date. You can keep clicking until you find the actual workout on the day, and then you have 1, 2, or 3 parts per day, where often the third part is the part you can actually log. So like I said, kickbacks are the workout today, but the entire session will be very shoulder dominant. We're gonna have lots of fun. Let's get started. The warm-up we're going to do today is 3 different movements. The first movement is gonna be a floor T raise for 10 reps, then a floor I raise for 10 reps, and then we finish off with some toe touches that we also did on Monday in the workout, but now they're in the warm-up. So let's direct to my demo ladies here, and we're gonna start off with the floor T raise. So I need you to go on the floor. It's gonna be face down, legs together. Now you're gonna have your arms be reached outwards to the side, the thumbs are pointing up to the ceiling. You're gonna lift your chest off the floor. That remains, and then you're going to just lift off a straight arm off the floor. Hold it for a second in the top, ladies. So 1 second, go back down. And I really want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together here, crew. Now what you can do to make it slightly more difficult is to lift your legs off the floor, which Marloes is doing right now. Good, that's the first movement. The second movement, Marloes, get your legs back down, is reach your arms forward. And now we're looking for straight arms here. The chest is gonna come off the floor again. Thumbs pointing to the ceiling, and then we're going to do our eye raises here with a 1 second hold. So you reach up, go back down. You reach up, you go back down. Again, to make it slightly more difficult, you can lift your legs off the floor, like Marloes is doing, and then continue on this. Also 10 reps. And the third movement in this warm-up will be the following. You guys can go to your back. Let's start in a tuck position there. I'll talk to you guys in it. Then Marloes is going to do the RX version, extended legs, and Cecily is going to scale it with the tucked legs. Now the idea is simple. You're going to reach up, shoulder blades come off the floor, you're going to try to touch the toes, you're going to come back down. And you're going to make this a slow and a controlled movement here. Now if it's very hard to touch the toes, I want you to just bend the legs like Cecily is doing, and just focus on lifting your shoulder blades off the floor and getting your hands to point towards the ceiling. Okay, it is time to join in. I need you guys to start with us on the warm-up. We're gonna do 1 round together, then it's gonna be 2 rounds on your own. So let's get on the floor. And let's start with 10 reps of the floor T raise with a 1 second hold in 3, 2, 1. I need you guys to start, let's go. 10 reps. So again, Marloes, I want you to try to scale this up by getting your legs off the floor as well. Good, and really squeeze those shoulder blades together, like there's a pen in between the shoulders. Arms stay as long as possible. Avoid any form of shrugging here, guys. Just squeeze shoulder blades in. And hopefully you are counting, because we're going to do exactly 10 reps. If you at home are joining and you can't keep up with us, just go on your own speed and don't stop until you've completed all 10 repetitions. You want to do this slow, so I really need you to focus on that 1 second pause in the top where you squeeze in the shoulders. That's good. Good prep for today's shoulder work. Marloes, can you get your legs together a bit more? Solid. Alright, that was 10 of the eye raises. Now we're going to go on our back. The legs go up and we're going to do 10 toe touches. Let's go. 10 toe touches. Shoulder blades off the floor is exactly what we are looking for. Yeah, if we can rhyme, we will always rhyme, which is obvious. Nice. Solid. Again, if it's too hard with the legs up, you just keep your legs tucked. The only focus point there is anyways is getting your shoulder blades off the floor. Alright, so we just did 1 round together. I need you guys to do 2 more rounds. So before you continue on this video, I need you to press pause. In order to join with us in the second part of the session, you're going to need a couple of things. The first thing you need is a set of water bottles, or whatever bottle you have at home. You need 2 of equal weight, and if you feel good, go for like a 2 or 2.5 liters. If you don't feel that strong, you go for a little bit lighter weight, like ½ liter per hand. What you're also going to need is a timer that you can download on your phone, because we're going to do interval timers. And the timer we recommend you to use is SmartWatt, which you can find a link of in the description. So for this part, instead of going for mobility, we're going to try to achieve the biggest pump we can possibly have. Right now, what we're going to do is first show you 4 different movements in which you're going to use your water bottles for. And I'm going to have those 2 ladies demo the movements for you guys again. The first movement is going to be a double bottle front raise. Now they're going to start off doing this slowly. Palms are facing down, arms are going to be extended. They raise it to approximately shoulder height. They go back down. Now this is the demo tempo. Once we do this in the actual workout, it needs to be a fast tempo. We're going to try to achieve a pump with light weight, so we just continuously move. The second movement will be a side raise with the bottle. So you start with the hands next to the legs, palms facing inwards. From there you raise up until the arms reach about shoulder height. You come back down. Keep the arms nice and long. And once you're doing this, try to always keep the shoulders pinched down and not shrug up to the ear. Shoulders down, fast arms. Can you guys up the tempo for me to show the people at home what we're aiming for? That's good. Now for the next one, some technical stuff here. Slight knee bend, boom, hinge from the hip, and try to get your upper body to be as parallel to the floor as we possibly can. Long arms, let the arms just go straight to the floor, and then big ass raises from here. We call this rear delt raises, or the rear delt flies, or reverse flies, or whatever name you can come up with. It's a similar thing as we did in the warm-up with the T races, but now we're looking for a high tempo and a big range of motion. Here we go. Then our fourth and last movement in this warm-up will be on the shoulder, elbows underneath. Now this is going to be very lightweight to do a shoulder press with. Can you guys start with the shoulder press? But we're going to do this extremely fast. So I need up, down, up. That's not extremely fast. That is extremely fast. Here we go. And if you load up those bottles and you do this for the 30 seconds we're actually going to do it for, it'll start to burn. You guys can rest. If you're having trouble with the shoulder and you have injuries that do not allow you to go overhead, or the shoulder hurts when you raise something in front of you, we have a couple of additional options you can use. And we're going to show you D4 movements that are more safe when you have shoulder injuries. Now, the first movement, and Cecily is going to demo those, is going to be the side lateral again, which should be okay to perform. If not, focus on the elbow coming up instead of just the entire arm. Solid. The second movement will then be the rear delt raise. So you're going to hunch forward, sit back, do that rear delt raise, really focus on squeezing. The third movement is a very slight difference because you're going to get into that same position, but now do a row. So instead of flying up, you're going to pull the elbows up into the ceiling. So elbows go up and back. And then your fourth movement, best of the day, is bicep curls. So you might be in good luck today if you have a shoulder injury, because you can actually train the biceps, which is great. It is time to get into work. That big pump session is going to start off in a couple of seconds. I need you guys to get off the couch. You're going to grab your bottles. You're going to start with us. We will do 1 round with you. Then you guys will continue for another 3 rounds. So get your timer ready. I have my timer ready. It's going to do a 3-second countdown. So listen up. Here we go. You guys are ready to start? 3, 2, 1, go. We got 30 seconds of ongoing front raises with the bottle. Cecily is doing the version for people that have trouble with the shoulders, and Marloes is doing the variation that is actually in the app, which is the front raises. You got 15 seconds in only, so you got another 10 seconds to go before we move on to our second interval. So I have my timer set at 2-minute intervals, so I need to keep a look at that. We switch in 3, 2, 1, side raise, let's go. Cecily is going to the rear delt raise. That was if you have shoulder issues. Marloes is going to the side laterals now. 30 seconds of non-stop movement. And we do that 2 minutes straight before we get into our first 2-minute break. The idea is to not stop at all during this little combination of shoulder movements. Yeah, and even though it's a light water bottle, you will feel that bump coming. 5 more seconds, ladies, in this one. 5 more for you at home as well. We switch in 3, 2, 1, let's switch. Cecily does rows. You go to rows, lady. Yeah, you go to the rear delt raise, Marloes. You guys are probably doing the rear delt races as well. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades. Keep your arms as long as you can and do not stop. Think about it. You only have 2 water bottles in your hands. That is all. But you are moving at full speed to get that good pump going. Here we go. We got, what is it? 7 more seconds, crew, before we move on to our 4th interval. 2, 1, switch, last interval, bicep curls for the shoulder injury, and quick shoulder presses there. No breaks whatsoever. Keep that pump going, guys. You have, what is it? Can't count anymore. 20 more seconds. Here we go. Last 20 seconds of this interval, and then we move to a 2-minute break. 15 more seconds. Let's go. Keep moving. Keep moving fast. If it's too heavy, you can always pour some water out of the bottle, crew. That is possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There is a 2-minute break on our timer right now. So the 2-minute break is running. What I need you guys to do during this 2-minute break is make sure your timer is still set. And if you want to continue with us to the next part of this session, I need you to press pause. Time for the actual workout today, the conditioning piece. And it is going to be a very simple and straightforward workout. We have 10 minutes, an AMRAP of just one movement, kickbacks. You can spice this up by doing burpees, but I actually want you to just stick to kickbacks today. And you can go into this workout 2 ways. One way would be trying to use your energy wisely and spread out the tempo over the course of 10 minutes, just one consistent pace all the way through. Or what you can do is try to use intervals by doing 5 fast kickbacks, followed by 5 slower kickbacks, and see how you can play around with the pace to get you going for the entirety of 10 minutes. Now, we're going to show you the RX version of the kickback, and then options if you're not capable of doing the kickback that way for 10 minutes. So Marloes is going to show you guys the RX kickback. Hands go on the floor, jump back, jump forward, extend up. You don't have to jump there, that is all. Can you do another one? Jump back, jump forward, stand up. Once you jump back, can you hold that spot for me, Marloes, for a second? If you jump back, I do want this to be a strong plank. So the sagging of the hips on the way down, can you show me that as well? I don't want you to do this, that would be very bad. That's a lot of repetitions hurting the lower back, right? So keep a firm plank, jump back forward next to your hands, stand it up, that's solid. Now, if that jump is a difficult thing for you to perform, you can also walk the kickback. Hands on the floor, walk, plank, walk back. What I do want you to do when you're going on this one is actually try to switch the legs on the way back and switch the legs on the way forward to not let one leg dominate the entire workout. Good. Get your smartwatch ready. I want you to set the timer as a 10-minute AMRAP. I did it as well. I have a 10-minute AMRAP on my smartwatch. Yeah, good. Now, once you got your timer set, otherwise pause the screen quickly so you can start with us. That's very important. And if you're still with us, this is what we're going to do. 10 minutes playing kickbacks. You guys are ready? You guys are ready? All right. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so Marloes is doing the RX variation of the kickback. She's starting out pretty darling fast, but like I said, even when you're at home and you're joining with us in this one, I need you to start fast, and then for example, after a couple of reps, slow down the pace, because doing just one movement for 10 minutes straight can become very, very, very tough. So rhythm is everything. Breathing is also everything. It's twice of everything. That's good. We're already half a minute in. You guys just keep going. You guys just keep going. Good. And while they're continuing on the 10-minute AMRAP of kickbacks, right? I need you guys to pause the screen and continue after.